So we're live.
Live. Live in effect.
Welcome, my brother. Thank you for coming in.
Come on.
Best afro we have ever had in the podcast.
Hey, man. You're not going to see many of these, man. They're very rare, extinct, beautiful, luxurious, all the things, man.
I mean, I can just see the glow in that thing. Is just going zooming when like fucking Dragon Ball Z when Gohan was going into fucking Saiyan mode.
Yep.
That's what you know. Who we got in the chain? Who's that general?
Trinidad James is here. Hey, the Chito Vera podcast. Woo!
For the people that doesn't know, check this out.
Hey, my guy's in the building.
Tell me about
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
What we wearing here?
He did his homework, man. These are the trophies. This is our 5th and 6th shoe final installations with Saucony. This is our final shoes with Saucony. It's been an amazing trip, man. 2021 is when I dropped my first sneakers. They were the Saucony Jazz. Our brand homework, what we do is we pick a muse, and that muse is somebody you should do your homework on. Lucia Harris is the lady who we picked as the muse, and she's really cool because she's the first woman to be on the first Olympic basketball team in 1976. She also was the only woman, or one of the only women, to ever get drafted by the NBA, actually. The New Orleans Jazz, when the Jazz used to be in New Orleans, she got drafted, but actually because of mental health issues and not feeling confident enough, she didn't go. So she got drafted by the NBA and didn't go.
Wow.
And, you know, that story, it really resonated with me when I heard about it the first time. And we love to be the champion for the underdog. We love to pour into people who didn't get enough flowers, didn't get enough trophies like the shoes you're wearing.
And that was her shoe when she got drafted.
So when she, with this shoe is socks. So this, with our brand, everything ties back to, history and doing homework. The shoe is called the Spot Built. This is one of the only basketball shoes that Saucony ever did. So when they gave me a chance to do a basketball shoe, the story that I chose to do was Lucia's.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. So this is the Spot Built high, and instead of a lace lock, we did a hair clip because I got a lot of hair.
I wish they didn't fucking cut mine. What about this one?
So the trophies. So her coach was a lady named Margaret Wade. Margaret Wade, she coached at Delta State University. She's one of the most winning coaches of all times. One of the first coaches to win 3 national championships back to back. She played basketball in Mississippi. They're from Mississippi. Delta State University is the school that she coached at. When she got to Delta State University, referring to the coach as a student, she went there first as a student. She played high school basketball and then made it over to college. When she got to college, they discontinued basketball in college basketball. They stopped it. And because women had to fight for their right to play ball, man.
In every sport, pretty much.
Oh, man, in every sport. If you could pass me that jacket right there, actually, we have a patch on the chest. This is the Leatherman jacket to go with the this is our Leatherman jacket to go with it in this patch. It's the same thing that's behind the tongue of the shoe. Same thing behind the tongue of the shoe. And this patch represents
the woman.
The journey that women went to. When women first started playing basketball, man, they had to play in dresses. And it graduated from, now shorts. Now you can dress and wear whatever you want. So, and I just believe, once again, like I told you, man, giving people the opportunity to get their flowers, man, or in this case, your case, the trophies, giving them the trophies. When, people want to be validated and respected when they're alive, not when they leave this earth. Like,
That's the problem with many things. A lot of big athletes or anything big in any different industries is when they're gone, when the stadium goes named after, or the collaboration of the clothing, the shoe goes names after. And it's like, why wait till they're gone to honor them if we can honor them while they're alive?
Amen.
When they can enjoy those flowers, when they can be like, wow, my hard work paid off.
Amen. I see it all the time, man. And that's why we did the shoe. That's what we do with our brand. You know, like I said, I'm thankful again to Saucony. Some people pronounce it Saucony, but Saucony is the way to say it.
Saucony. I didn't know that. I say Saucony.
That's why I was like, I always, give people a little right on there. But hey, it's been a blessing, and I learned a lot. I'm a lover of sneakers like yourself. You did our podcast when we were doing it with Complex for full size. And I could tell that, I wasn't familiar with how much you love shoes. And it's just one of those things. Sneakers has done a lot for me in life. And I'm going to always be thankful for the journey that sneakers have took me on. It's allowed me to learn things and meet people that I never thought I'd meet, man. I wasn't born here. So, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different. I was born in Trinidad. So coming here as an immigrant is like, you don't know what to expect.
I mean, same here. And when you think about it, the first dream of many kids is a pair of cool sneakers.
Come on.
And that's, depending on what part of the world are you, it's like, what's the good sport? Like, when I grew up, Ronaldo, all Ronaldo, not Portugal Ronaldo.
Yeah, the old one.
And the one that used to have like the crazy haircut. He have these Nikes that the laces weren't straight.
Side.
They were in curve. I used to use, can you pull those, Roddy? Just type all Nike Ronaldo shoes. I used to wear that shit with jeans. And they were soccer shoes.
Cleats.
They have the clicks.
It was like turf shoes.
I used to go to school with those. And my mom was like, all moms have conspiracy. No, if you wear that, you're going to get a headache. You won't get a headache. But you can fall in concrete. You can get hurt. But I love them so much.
Oh, man.
That I will wear those shoes with jeans or pants. And looking back, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
But you love what you love, know?
But when you're, as many kids, sneakers are everything.
Yes.
Like, there was at one point in my career, like in the UFC, that I was like, fuck, I hope one day I get cool enough that I can get every single fucking collaboration, every sneaker out there. And I told myself, that probably will never come. And now I'm like, I need a space for my fucking sneakers.
Hey.
I need to make room in the
it.
garage. You know
Talk about it. Come on, man.
Let me see.
Is it any of these?
I tell you exactly where they are. No. The laces are curved. It's a similar colorway, but they were, and they just came back with a model.
Let me try again.
Or type like all like how will you say that? All Nike clicks. What's the word for that? Iconic. Vintage. That's the word. They will come up because I saw that they just came back with because they make two versions, the flat ones and the cleats. But back in the day, you can only find the cleats. And
right.
I would use those motherfuckers to go to a fucking party.
Would you still wear them now?
I actually tried to buy them because I would wear them with like shorts. I won't use it with jeans anymore.
Right.
Like, I will pimp them out in a more like,
okay,
like with a soccer jersey, something like that.
Right.
I'm not seeing it, but maybe.
Oh,
this one.
no, they're like fully sideways. Oh yeah, those ones over there.
Yes.
Those ones. See how they are in the side?
Oh, okay.
And I had the blue ones, and those are the ones.
Oh wow!
And I believe they just make them. They make a.
What was it? The comfort, the colorway. What was it? You loved him, the player.
It was both. Like, and the fact that it's so rare, these laces back in the day.
Right.
You really thought you were wearing a crazy shoe.
Yeah, it's like no shoe tied like this.
I had the white and blue ones, but they just make them again. Yeah, I remember like only kids with money could have those. I would fucking buy them from people that when they were getting old, I would just be like,
hand me downs like, hey, let me get those.
Let me clean that up a little bit and we'll play soccer with those. Those were fucking.
Are those your favorite, like the first shoe that you ever loved growing up?
Like soccer, when we're talking about soccer,
you was wearing it with jeans, so it didn't even matter about.
Also, those the Pumas, the one with the lace Velcro that goes left and right.
Oh wow! Nice Velcro.
And they have like the Goodyear like rubber on the sides.
Oh yeah. The Goodyear. I remember those.
Yeah, they're making a comeback.
Wow. Okay.
Having those. When I was a kid back in Ecuador, those were like the fucking shoes.
Oh yeah, that and a side bag. You were ready.
Are these the new ones?
No. I saw either High Beast or one of those pages post them the other day.
Oh wow.
Type out the vintage Pumas. Those were like
Goodyear. Vintage Puma's Goodyear. That's crazy.
I would give a finger for those when I was a kid. I was like, that shit is fucking fire. That and the Tiger Asics.
Oh yeah. That's a legend. The yellow ones. They came in colors.
They came in many colors.
Yeah, they came in colors. Those are classic.
I tell you which ones are. Go down.
Keep going down. You'll know them. They come with a side bag.
Yeah.
You gotta have a side bag.
They were fucking crazy looking shoes.
Oh, yeah.
They were
Right there. Is that it right there? The orange one to the left. Keep going to that. Is it that?
No. They had. Those ones. The blue down. Those ones.
Oh yeah. Oh, you was in your Ecuador bag.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit.
With a bandage hat. Oh boy.
Yes.
I didn't know, but I was probably the most stylish motherfucker in town.
Oh man, but your contemporaries were wearing those shoes too. Like it wasn't just you.
It was like the whole country was.
Yeah. That's the culture.
And then a few years later, Diesel came with those fucking thick fucking pointers. Type those. Give me those ones too, bro. We're talking about youth style. When I see pictures of me, I'm like, oh my god, no one told me I look crazy.
Shit, who can tell you?
No one said nothing. When Diesel came to Ecuador, dude, those jeans with the Diesel tag on the side.
Oh yeah.
They won't let you go into a party if you don't have those.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm exaggerating, but if you don't wear those, you were nothing in life.
Right.
It's crazy how
mentally. I mean, we get caught up in brands, man. We get caught up in looks and styles.
Let me see if you find those Diesel.
What is it?
Just type Diesel shoes. Put all the school or vintage. Let me see what it comes out. I'm giving away all my fucking secrets right now.
We know. We got 'em.
Oh, bro.
Oh, look at
boy.
this.
Bro. They're
Look at
fucking.
this.
Oh, I had.
Look
See
at
this.
this.
See the
That
ones
brown right
top?
there?
I have those ones in all orange.
Oh my god.
All orange. Which my uncle used to call me fucking bear feet. There's a pigeon feet.
Oh, because of the color of the...
Yeah. But let me find it. There's one with a thick fucking point. They were like, please, come on. Man, they were ugly. I got some balls to wear this shit. But let me find it's similar to those vintage, but they were more cleaner than that. But it was that nose. See that?
That
thick
nose. I remember that nose. Man.
I don't know what I was doing.
Where did you get the style from? Like, what made you? Who did you see wearing this that made you like, I want to wear this
like
too?
the older guys.
Okay,
Like
in the neighborhood. Yep.
Like the more cooler, I would say,
Yeah.
with a little more of bread, they would wear this shirt. And you were like, wow, that's the thing. But looking back, oh my god,
Yeah, it was really the lifestyle of the people that was selling the shoe. I think that's one of the most amazing things about culture and shoes is like, in reality, you are the one that sells the shoe. The shoe doesn't really sell you. It's like a person is who sells the shoe. When you decide to buy that shoe, it's because, well, these gentlemen, they sold that shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you see someone that is, got good energy, got something about them.
Yeah.
They're driving like a nicer truck than what your dad drives, and you go like, whoa, I want to dress like that.
Exactly. That's how I need to look. That's how I'm supposed to dress. I'm supposed to be wearing those shoes. Like, this guy has a better truck than my dad.
Yeah, pretty much. How was your coming up? Like, when you started like with the music and stuff, like, what came first? Just the music or the crazy dressing with music?
So dressing first. I was a stylist before I ever did music. I was born in Trinidad. I lived a lot of places, man. We went Canada, New York, Florida, South Carolina, Atlanta, and I learned a little bit of something from each one of those places, but when things really like Atlanta is where I'm from, because I would say Atlanta is where I was able to find the man in the mirror or start finding the man in the mirror. And that started with style. Coming to America, I had a different mindset than everybody else because I wasn't born here. So the mindset of people that are born here compared to people that were not born here, first of all, you're in survival mode first if you're not, brought into money or something.
It's the immigrant mentality.
Yeah, it's immigrant mentality. It's survival mode first. Don't know who to trust. Family, and just trying to make it day to day. And that is something that it stuck with me for a long time. Like it took me a while, even while now in music, to like remember that we're living life now. You don't have to be in survival mode anymore. But when I came to this country, however long ago I came, that was different. You had to be in that mode, and through that, style is what allowed me to become a respected person. It allowed me to make friends. It allowed me to make friends that wasn't close to my mother or close to my family, like completely new people that I didn't know, and style and sneakers, camp outs, and just the way that I put it on. It allowed me to speak a language with clothes that, some people that need to be told how to speak. They need to be told how to dress. And I got blessed to kind of be able to let my energy and let my spirit do the talking and, wear whatever I feel, because if I feel good, then it's good.
I mean, and a lot of people sometimes they're afraid
Amen.
to look the way they want to look because they don't know if they want to fit in.
Amen.
It's so easy just to just look apart in a way that you don't feel comfortable, but you're not gonna be judged because
right.
you're being regular. The
right.
regular t-shirt, the regular jeans, the whatever shoes are there. And I feel the same way. Like sometimes you don't have to go crazy, but if you have it, you have it. And I mean that's how I love clothing. I'm all
remember you was telling us. Yep.
It's like, to me, it's like I'm very particular. Like I just don't wear something. I like to almost map out what I want to have in my closet, how I want to have it, when I want to have it. And I mean, there's so many ways to go in that world that you can just create your own in a way.
Oh, I mean, to just piggyback off what you're saying, man, is like I totally agree. When I'm the most depressed that I can be, going shopping, retail therapy, or just looking in the mirror and putting together something I didn't think about that was even a good outfit, and oh wow, I love the way this looks. Now it gives me a spark to I feel better about myself. Like I love being able to use clothes and shoes as my canvas to express how I feel every day. Every time I do something, I always try to do everything with the right intention. But also, I believe that when it comes to creativity and, being a star or any type of star, man, you just got to shine. You can't think about shining.
Yeah.
When those lights come on, you got to fight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything you practice, it just happens.
You just have to just let it go. Have to do it. And sometimes the final product won't work. But at the end of the day, by not working is when there's work to be done. And it's just a consistent a snowball rolling. Sometimes crashes and you gotta do it again. And sometimes keeps getting bigger. And that's what I really like today more than ever. All my years of life is now it's everywhere. Like everybody has a brand. Everybody starts something. Everybody has a collab. And that's most of my drops of my merch, it's rarely when I do it by myself. I always ask a homie, a brand. I'm like, yo, let's do it together.
Yeah.
Help me design it. We use each other's
resources,
and most of them came out fucking sick.
Love that.
And I'm fighting now. I'm focused on being a world champion, but I know where I'm gonna end later in life. I know exactly what's after fighting for me.
What is that?
I mean, it's gonna be run a lot.
Okay.
I just run a marathon, so
Amazing.
I'm gonna keep doing that and eventually move into ultras, which is the 30, 40, 100 miles. And I love that. That's really something very mental and spiritual. Running that long is not right, but it's what we used to do in the primal days.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, let's take a cab or a horse. No, they were going mountain to mountain until they find the next village. And running is on. It's inside us. We just don't know that because now everybody becomes so soft. So running for me, it's a platform for many things. Running clubs, the merch that comes with the running
Community.
club, the community, the people that is not strong enough to go run, you make them run. It's like, hey, come join us. We don't have to do a marathon. We can do 5 minutes of running, and let them know that we all can do it.
Right.
And that comes hand to hand with the clothing world, with the shoe world, and I'm just very passionate about those things. I really eventually will create a brand that as soon as
Nice.
like the snowball, little by
Hey
little.
man, piece by piece.
And that's one thing that I love. I love to like grab few different
Inspiration.
inspirations and be like, I want all these 5 things in one,
Yes.
and you just keep creating pieces and putting your own touch, putting an extra pocket, putting a joint pocket,
A zipper here.
a zip in here, zip in there, putting like those shoes. Don't make the zipper straight. Make a V. Make it
yes.
sideways.
Yes.
And all that type of shit is just cool to me.
When you were running your marathon recently, do you have any thoughts that really stuck with you? Like anything that you thought while in it, like, wow, I'm thinking about this right now.
First of all, I run without phone and without headphones.
Just naked.
Naked. No socks, no underwear, just my t-shirt and my running
Oh
shorts.
yeah, you was in it.
I was going. And there were moments that I would have conversations in myself for 30, 40 minutes and I would be like, oh wow, I just ran 4 more miles. And I was like, okay. And I was just thinking, why want to finish? Because I could easily just stop.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
did
you
it.
know what? Fuck this. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you stop here, you stop in the fight. If you stop here, you stop in life. And I would see like older people like going a little slower, kind of like I can see the pain. When I pass by them, I would tap it on the shoulder and be like, hey, good job. Keep it up. And I can just feel they go, and they start picking it up. And I was like, well, that could be my mission for this first marathon. I'm just gonna tell people, like people that is a little more beat up than me, hey, you're doing well.
Amazing.
Keep it up. When people were in the ground, like kind of like massaging their calves or their knees, I'll be like, hey, take a breath, recover, and
Come
keep
on,
going.
get
You
back
can do
on.
this. You get it. And they would just put a smile on their face, and we were like, oh fuck yeah. There was this older dude that was in the ground, like kind of like grabbing his style, like he probably pulled something a little bit, and I just passed by him, like, hey, you're fine. Just remember, you can walk to the fucking
Finish-
line. Don't
yes,
worry
to
about
the
it. But
finish line.
come on, finish it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, look at me, shocked. Because there's so many people running that most people, they're so worried about themselves not to finish that they can focus. I'm a fighter. I was having a little pain here, little pain there, but I was like, even if I have to fucking crawl this thing, I'm gonna finish it.
I think I love that because finishing is something that most people, they quit. They're not good finishers. They can start off amazing. They have the idea of wanting to go to the finish line, but when the process starts, they fall off.
I mean, to me, it was crazy because there was a point that I was like, the night before I didn't sleep.
That's wild. What time you went to bed?
I went to bed like at 4:30.
You're a
And I
madman.
And I wake up at 5 to go. But I was with Rory, and I was like, yo, I can't sleep. So I turned on the TV, started watching a Netflix movie, hoping to fall asleep. And then I saw my watch. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking 2:30. Okay, I tried to sleep, couldn't sleep. Get up again, put another movie. And then there was a point that I remember the guy who coached me for this marathon, his name is Ben. He's an ultra marathoner. And he was like, he texted me the night before, like, eat some carbs. You're already training hard for this, so don't worry about the result. Just go hard. And when it gets hard, tough it out. You're a fighter. You can do that. But he mentioned one thing that I remember. He's like, He said you might not be able to sleep. It's like a fight. Some nights before a fight, no one can sleep. You're fucking fighting next morning. You're scared.
Yeah.
So I told myself, okay, he said it's okay if I can have a good night of sleep. So I told myself, regardless of if I sleep or not, I'm gonna show up
Yes.
and I'm gonna finish it.
Yes.
And the amount of positive thoughts that came to my head while I was running, it's crazy. Because it's once you stop, you're fucked. You're gonna regret it. The next you're gonna be like, oh, why I gave up.
Why I quit?
So my mind automatically was just like thinking good. And I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking good for your fucking mental
It's like
health.
pronoia is what they call it. Like instead of paranoia that make you nervous and anxious, is pronoia where you believe in everything that you're doing and you just focus on the purpose of what you're running to compared to what could happen if you don't finish.
Exactly.
That's
And-
amazing.
And the energy in New York is something else, dude. There's like live bands playing. The New Yorkers are just cheering you out.
Wow.
I'm so glad my first marathon was the New York Marathon because that's a special medal, that's a special race, and now I'm like, when's the next one? I want to
Amazing.
do this shit in between fights.
Like just like training purposes and
just to stay in
spirit.
shape.
It almost sounds like it's spiritual too, so it heals. It like it kind of clears you, like clarity.
It clears your mind. Like most of the times when I have to think about something or we have a problem or something is not clicking, I go for a run. And I come off the run, I'm like, okay, this is the decision I'm gonna take.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're running, you just fucking, it's a circulation of the blood. And when you're outdoors on a trail, like nature, like people gotta get off their fucking couches and bad food and start just doing something out of the comfort zone. Yes, I'm a fighter. Yes, I do this because I need to stay in shape. But I mean, if this helped me fighting, this can help anybody in his personal life or jobs or whatever they do.
Hey man, you said something earlier that very similar. Your coach called you and told you that if you can't sleep, it's normal to a certain extent. And you said so you have a fight and you might be scared. What type of scared is that scared? You trained, you fought a million fights. What type of scared is that the night before that you can't sleep? What does that feel like?
It's the same as scare
For anybody,
of
like
waiting on a fucked up situation because you think about it. You cut the way.
is it like a bully scared? I didn't mean to cut you off. Is it like a bully scared? Like, you know, when you're scared of a bully, like, is it that same type of like, it's not
No.
fair. It's just,
It's a scary thing. I would say like a horror movie scare.
okay, like suspense.
Yeah,
Right.
like you're like, oh fuck. Like think about it. I trained my ass off.
Yeah.
I sacrificed every moment I could so I can win this fight.
Yes.
Everything is on the line,
Yes.
but not have to go and do it.
Yeah.
Not have to go and get the right result. And then you're fighting another professional that is
Doing the same
thinking
thing.
the same, doing the same, but that person you have to understand is going through the same feeling. There's no one fighter on earth that is just like, nah, I'm chilling, it's gonna be fine. It doesn't work like that. You wake up on the day of the fight and you're like, oh my fucking God, I gotta fucking do this.
I got to go fight for,
Yeah, you're
like,
fighting.
professionally go fight.
For your life,
Yeah.
for your ranking, for some money.
For your
You're like-
country.
for your country, and you go like, everything goes wrong, it will go really wrong.
Yeah.
So I have to go. But that's how you mentally know how to control your emotions, and you use those nerves
Yes.
and you convert them into fire.
Mm.
And then when you walk through that curtain, you say, fuck everything.
Yeah.
It's now or never.
Right.
And you don't want to regret it. There's some fights that I'm like, fuck, I could do more. And that's the worst feeling in the world because you're like, why am I having this conversation right now?
What stops you from finishing the times that you've been in a fight and look back and it's like, man, I didn't finish? What made you not, I wouldn't say quit, but what made you not finish?
I think it's mentally. Sometimes you either a little burn
Yeah.
or, I mean, it's mentally. It's really mentally because physically, think about it. I just run a marathon without being a real runner.
Yeah.
I mean, I run often,
Yeah, but not like,
but also on the week of the marathon, I wrestle, I spar, I train. It's not like I took a week off and run.
yeah.
I pretty much got to New York tired. But I was like, I mean, I'm not doing this I'm not gonna win it. I'm not gonna beat the Kenyans in my first marathon. So I was like, I just wanna finish my first one and see what happened.
Correct.
But when it comes down to fighting, and you think about like, fuck, what could I do better? Sometimes you just have to, in the moment, decide and say, fuck it. And sometimes I do, and I knock the fuck out of the guy. And sometimes you just get stuck into like, okay, I'm gonna wait a few more seconds and I'm gonna find. And then a few more seconds pass by and you're like, fuck, I didn't do it. It's a mental click.
All right.
You have to figure it out on the
Right.
fly. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same if you're performing.
Yeah, I just did. So Nelly, the rapper, his 50th birthday, just was in Vegas at Tao, and his fiance Ashanti, her team booked me privately to perform for it, and they had me kind of like, it was a secret surprise type of thing. And so they had me away from the section where everybody was at, a lot of cool people, all that good stuff. And boom, Ashanti said a speech, and then they cued my music, and I mean, a song I performed 7 trillion times. And when I walk out there, boom, and I'm feeling it, I'm looking great, Afro is shaking, it's booming. The mic has a short, the mic is not all the way right, and I'm performing. And it's a certain type of kinetic energy similar to you that when I say a word, the inflection of that word and the power of it hits the ground and then goes into my feet, and then I can move. And then I push out the next lyric and it goes back down again.
But if the mic is not
With it
working
running,
fully,
I'm like, why am I not getting that full cycle of this kinetic energy that I need to be me? And then Nelly taps me, he's like, here you go, and gives me a different mic. I switch with him. Perfect. And I literally, that Super Saiyan that we speak about, if you could put any fire around my afro, do it now. Whatever, what I'm saying. Oh man, it was on and cooking. But I say that to say, even before he hands me the mic, I'm talking to you and it feels like I'm talking about 5 minutes. I'm talking about 5 seconds here, man. I'm talking about maybe like 9 seconds that this is happening, and at the 7th and 8th second, because I'm very methodical in my head about it, because I love performing, I love what I do. I'm very thankful to be able to come up with an idea and people pay me to do it. That's a blessing. I'm not from here. I'm an immigrant. Like, this is insane to me, and it made me feel like, get in my head for a second. I'm like, are my lyrics strong? Because why is the mic not doing the thing? And then when he switched it was like, oh, okay, boom, let's finish this fight, whatever. And so I definitely see where you're coming from. I wonder, is like, when you fighting is such a task. Most people just fight and it's like the longest 48 seconds of their life, or whatever, when they fight in the street or fight in the club or fight at road rage, or what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to throw 3 things, one thing really, and knock the person out. But if not, or whatever, boom, boom, boom. Most fights, they're only so long. But when you train all this time for, the rounds that you have to fight, and each round at any given time, like you're saying, you're in your stance, you're in your thing. In my mind, I was just wondering, like, man, how I always wondered, getting scared, do you even have room for that?
Not there. I mean, all those feelings I'm talking is in the locker room,
right?
In the morning of
waking up.
When you are there
in the octagon,
you are fucking light on fire. You just like looking ways to put the man out. And
do you know that anybody else is around you? Just feel them like, are they?
The energy of the crowd is crazy.
Right.
I mean, every blow connecting is just like boiling water.
Right.
And you have to just use that as a feeder for energy to when you're not good and when you're great. Because that crowd goes crazy. And like in that moment, there's no time for think about it if that's really what you want to do. That's the time to just go and kill.
Yes.
There's no room for fucking
What am I
doubt.
doing? Should this work? Is this gonna work?
You just gotta go, and it get fucking ugly. I mean, it could be one round of fucking craziness, or sometimes fights are a little bored. Sometimes the energy isn't clicking, and both fighters are kind of like sagging.
Yeah.
But you don't know none of that until you get there.
Right.
You just don't know if that day your mind and body are connected. You don't know if that day you're performing crazy good or crazy bad.
Yeah.
Most of the times, most of us show up ready. But until you don't step on it, you don't know the final product, that's the most crazy thing about fighting. The odds can be crazy one side, one punch change it all.
One punch. One
punch, one kick, one little slip, one little fuck the little herm in my leg, or that punch in the liver. Fighting is a motherfucker, and that's what I love it.
Yes.
Just because the challenge is so big and you're so exposed that I'm like, I wanna do it. I wanna fucking see how far I can go in this shit.
Is there any other fighting style that you would do other than the fighting style that you do?
I mean, I've been implementing a lot more wrestling lately.
Okay, why?
Because I like to strike. I'm really comfy in my striking. I'm really comfy on hunting you down. I got great defense, but I've been working on a lot of wrestling. So when they want to take me down, to have time for them to don't get their ass kicked, it's like, now you're not taking me down. Like, I already have a pretty good take on defense, but I want it to be like, fucking, you're not taking me down at any cost, and I might take you down at will whenever I want.
I got it.
So, and that will get my striking even more crazier, because now it's like,
I don't know which one you're going to do.
I don't give two fucks if you take me down. You're not touching the ground unless I want to touch the ground. Because I know my boxing, my kicks, they're pretty solid. And I keep evolving them. I keep working on them. But now it's like, we're going to fucking fight. And we're going to fight on my terms. I'm going to fight my fight. And those are the little changes you got to consistently do. You can't just be one-dimensional and expect that to work. You got to always show a new card. You always do a little better, because fighting goes quick. Every other year, there's 20, 30 guys that are fucking killers.
Yeah.
So you need to be fucking ready for all of that.
Nice. What did you do fighting in Ecuador too?
I mean, it was so amateur out there that I went pro right away, which that's not good. And I started fighting, after my third fight, I started fighting in South America. So like, I went to Mexico, Panama, Peru, and I was fighting guys that I probably shouldn't be fighting because I was green. But I just wanted this so bad that I was like,
fuck it.
If this is what it takes to fucking make me known, and maybe one day be in the UFC, I just gotta do it. It is what it is. So it's like, we didn't have the chance to like get a proper amateur record and then go pro, and then at the beginning of the pro career fight few okay guys, but I'll be able to like showcase my skills. It was a straight to the fucking butcher. Yeah, bring this Brazilian, bring this guy from Peru, that guy from Costa Rica, go to fight in Mexico for the title. Like, I didn't have the development, but all that's experience. So the guys coming after me, they all went through the right way.
Nice. I love that. And I kind of I resonate with that. When I started music, I didn't have a background in music.
How did I start?
So 2011, I'm going to just go there. And I'm helping out some friends who they do music. I'm running a clothing store because fashion is my thing, like I told you. And I realized that I don't like to see people work backwards. I call it hustling backwards. If I see, like, hey man, you need to take the labels off your water bottles because nobody's paying you to show the labels, I'm gonna tell you, because that's money you could be making.
Right.
You know, like if you're missing up on something, because I feel like I wasn't able to receive that when I came here as an immigrant, and so I like to do it for other people, and so I was doing it for them. I was doing it for them because I didn't like. With music, you could be the best rapper or singer ever, but if your music is not mixed well, it's trash. It's no excuse. If your music is not mixed well, it is trash, and you will never be who you think you want to be. They were working backwards, and so I found them a studio to record proper and an engineer to record proper. They were always late to their sessions. One day they're late to their session, and the engineer, who was also a producer, he played some beats for me. He's like, I want to play these beats for your guys. I was like, okay. But they took so long to come. For some reason, my spirit was like, I'm going to write a song. They bullshitting. I'm going to write a song. And I wrote a song. I finished it, recorded it. I wrote the song, recorded it. They still hadn't got there yet. When they got there, I was done. I was chilling, waiting on them. So they came in, worked, did their thing. And then after, the engineer, who's a producer also, that I've been with there the whole day, he said, you know, your boy did a song. And they was like, what? Looked at me. And it was like, well, we got to hear it. So we played it, and they liked the song. Okay, cool. That happened again another time at another place, not too far off from then. And the second song we did, my part of the song, it was like 5 people on the song. We're not a group, but just 5 people on one song. It's insane. My part of the song ended up becoming another song because they liked a certain part, and they made that a hook of another song. So now I have 3 songs. All right? This third song, we have now entered a talent show. And they use this song as the song for the talent show. And we're just acting as a group, but we're not a group. So it's all 5 of us. We win the talent show. We I guess other people who are, to me, I guess real rappers, we win the talent show. And we were supposed to win $500, a little bit of time on the radio, in the studio session. I never knew how much money we were supposed to win until the day of us winning. For me, I had a real job. I was, really working hard for my money because I'm in survival mode. I'm an immigrant. They're not immigrants. So I got to take care of my mother. I got things to do. And long story short, when they told me, like, oh, it's $500, like, what? We did all this, came here, gas, to drive all the way over here just to win $500. It's 5 of us. I mean, it's only $100. This is insane. We spent way more money on clothes, and especially me, like, having to, like, I was dressing them and dressing myself at the same store that I was working at. It's like a lot of work. I was doing the work, but not realizing what I'm doing. I only give you that backstory to say that from there, that's when music entered the chat. This is like 2011. Then I quit doing stuff with them because it wasn't lucrative. The top of 2012, I tell my best friend who's a part of this whole thing, I was like, man, I want to do music. I got locked up with my ex-girlfriend first time, and it was a horrible feeling. I tell anybody that hasn't been locked up, don't get locked up. Think about it. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to, and I'm just talking jail. I'm not even talking prison. I was just like, it's not for you. It shouldn't be for you. And that one time for me just opened up a perspective of like, I must do better in life. I need to do something better. Because I'm not the one, I'm the one bailing myself out. I'm the one bailing her out. I'm the one that is handling all these things. I'm not supposed to be in here. I'm a boss. I am something more than I am right now, and I must find it. I must look in the mirror and I must find it. And I talked to my best friend. I told him, I said, hey man, I'm finna do music. The guy who I was working for when I was working in the clothing store where I was a stylist and all those things, a lot of artists from Atlanta, famous artists and rappers and things used to come and shop at the store. I would dress them. I would sell them clothes because I'm good at it. And they loved the way that I dressed. They loved the way that I wore the same things that were in the store that they were buying. And that kind of put a bulb in my head. Oh, I already have something. I have something. What do I not know? The music part of it, the craft. You have fighters that are stars, but they're not good fighters. But they're still really popping because they're stars.
That's true. That's true.
It's just the truth. For a person who's a technical fighter and you give a shit about fighting, you know the difference between a star fighter and a fighter fighter.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
All right? And so I say that to say to you that turns into me telling him I'm doing my own project. And I'm doing it on my own. I'm not doing it with y'all. And that's that. And he was like, okay, cool. And that was the only validation I needed. I didn't talk to the other guys. I got his validation. He was like, just let me hear it when you do it. And so I started getting production from YouTube. Oh, not even YouTube. I used to have websites back in the day that like that Piff. And you can go and listen to mixtapes and download beats and crazy times, amazing times. Old internet was an amazing time for music. And I got a lot of hand-me-down production from friends who, were the same people who did music. Beats they didn't use, they sent me a folder, and I would make my songs, my first set of songs from those beats. And that project ended up being the project that changed my entire existence.
Yeah, because you have like one or two songs, but I know one went crazy viral.
It was super crazy. All Go Everything. I made that song while at work. Working my job, hustling on the side, selling shoes. Wrote half of it sitting at the desk, just like this. Register, right here. Cash register, right here. Me on this little stool. Not even a nice chair like this one. This is a stool. And people come in that door right there every day. And I would just sell them or dress them amazing for 3 years straight. And music was that thing that allowed me to tell my story and find that star that I believed. It allowed me to find that boss that I believed that I was, that man that I believed that I am. Music allowed me to tell that story, to find that person in the mirror. And All Go Everything, it changed the whole dynamic of hip hop. From a style standpoint, from all the things that it's supposed to change it from. What my gift is making sure that everybody understands that you should have a standard, that you should have taste. You have your own fingerprint. That means you got your own mind. That means you should make your own choices.
Facts.
Straight like that. And so, that character and the man that I am mixed with, figuring out the craft, because either way you could, once again, be a star fighter and you understand how to punch, how whatever, but it's like, if you want to be good at the craft, you have to go and work and work and work. And when you hurt, no matter where you hurt, you have to go work and work. And at the same time, that immigrant mindset of survival plus work and work, it kind of made me a monster from being able to be no experience in the music business and
to like jump in.
Boom. And so that's why I say I resonate with you when you talk about, like, I didn't really do this amateur shit. I had to get in there and have to fight killers out the gate and get good. Lose, win, get beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But you're here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right here, right now, doing exactly what you want to do, loving yourself about it. People love you for it. And it's the same thing. I've turned it into, now I have my own agency. It's called 567 Agency. The idea behind it is everybody has a step one. And they definitely want to go to 10. But most people don't want to go through that process. 5, 6, 7. Like, I love the process because I had to go through the process.
It give you a different perspective of
it's
everything.
Different. And I'm not from here. It's like, it's different.
A lot of people get jumped to number 10. And it's like, hey, we're going to grab you. We're going to put you there. You just do what we tell you.
You look like you should be there, so we put you there. And okay, great.
But there's a lot of the 1% that has to go from the up, down, up, down. Like, I mean, you could just easily stay in that stool, stick to what you're good at, sell clothes, helping people dress, and probably have never get this far in life.
Nope.
And one day you went, you know what? Let me hear that bit. Let me tell you a few things. Maybe it goes crazy, but you weren't afraid of trying what you don't know is coming later. Because a lot of people want to stay on their lane. They don't want to fall. You say, fuck it. Let me fucking rap you.
I'm
real
finna
quick.
fight southpaw.
Yeah.
I'm finna learn how to fight southpaw. Fuck it.
And that's really the little thing that most people, that's the main reason they don't succeed or go crazy on what they do, because they're so afraid to the unknown. And that 1% that says, fuck it, I'm gonna just give it a try, most likely will work. They just have to just jump the little bridge that is so hard to jump.
Come on, brother.
It's like, just fucking do it.
Come on,
just
brother.
Fucking give it a try. You don't know what can happen. You ain't having one of the most viral songs out there because you fucking try.
Yes, and I'll never not be thankful for my decisions, man. No regrets. Not living with them, not dwelling on them. I tell anybody listening to us, watching us, when they do, like, destroy all doubt. Destroy it. I have to use a word like destroy because it's more than fight. However, fight means that you're just going to stay in a challenge forever. You need to destroy it so that you could conquer it and walk past it.
And that's what I always tell people, like when they have an idea or where they're thinking, fuck, I think I really want to quit this job and try that. I'm like, fucking do it, dude. If you put the right fucking energy into it, it's almost guaranteed that it's going to work. And if you put energy into that, real good, positive energy, and didn't work, means that something bigger is coming, but just don't sit down and fall back. You gotta keep exploring. You gotta keep trying. Sometimes the first door doesn't open. Fucking go to the second one. If that don't open, fucking kick it. See what happens. I mean, don't be afraid of the unknown. And it's so simple to say from my perspective because I did it.
Yeah.
And now I know there's no way to going back. There's no way this is it and failure is next. It's just keep fucking trying to figure it out. It's not as hard as you think. The hardest thing will be not trying it, getting all and being like, fuck, I could do so much more in this fucking life.
Amen.
Because you only live once, so might as well go full.
Yeah, at least that's what we know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey,
Right.
I'm gonna make sure to take advantage of it. And that's, the even the idea of, man, being able to do this, like, be more than just a fighter. Communication and these conversations are what literally changes this whole person's life because they needed that perspective. They needed to hear the things you have to say
Right.
because you fought the fight. I fought the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand from our perspectives what it takes.
And I listened it from somebody else before. Like, I was younger and I hear a conversation that I was like, fuck, like, I'm thankful for hear that.
Yes.
And when something special comes to my brain and I speak it with truth and with that I mean what I'm saying, it's going to impact somebody at some point, somewhere, like me 5-10 years ago. I was like, wow, I mean, why stop when I keep pushing? And
Right.
10 years later, someone's going to feed from that and be like, why stop now? And I'm so grateful for all these platforms that allow us to hear, learn, and, take us away from the ignorance of like, it's okay not to know. No, you have to know. You have to study.
know.
You have to study.
That.
You have to improve yourself. You have to fucking find a way because no one will find it for you. You gotta stop feeling sorry for your fucking self, for your surroundings. You can make it. And it's out there waiting for you. Just don't fucking stay waiting for anything to come your way.
Don't wait. Do your homework.
Can you talk a little more about destroy all doubt, like how you do that? Because that's an interesting way to put it. You know.
So, all right, the best way. All right, Dad Socks. Dad Socks is my sock brand, right? And Dad is a terminology that I started 13 years ago with some friends. We all started it together. It was just like, if I'm playing basketball and I have the most points today, I'm Dad. I'm the man. I'm the whatever, right? And then I love acronyms. My first project that All Go Everything was on, it was called Don't Be Safe. But SAFE was an acronym for sensitive as fuck every day. I love acronyms. And so with Dad, it, like I said,
Is that brother still around?
yeah, don't be safe. It's vinyl. It's go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what all go everything is on. Don't be safe, and the safe stands for sensitive as fuck every day, because I used to be sensitive.
Right.
I used to not understand how to really be in charge of my emotions. It was so much responsibility to survive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, staying alive is hard sometimes.
And people get trapped in their own mind.
Big time, you know? And so, destroying all doubt. That's when doubt creeps in. You got to destroy it. You can't just fight it. Well, like you said, it'll always be challenging you. So I turned that word of like, oh, most points, and it being about like a word of endearment into something positive. And so Dad stands for destroying all doubt. And Dad Socks, confident socks. I mean, I like people to be confident. If I'm talking to the confident version of yourself, I'm getting the best of you. And I want to give you the most confident version of myself, and not fake confidence based off of shit that I actually give a fuck about and passionate about.
Right.
You know, so it can be genuine. Like, you can have at least one. I hope that everybody in the world at least gets one chance a day to get a genuine experience.
I love that. I fucking love that. I mean, it's all about inspiring the community. That sucks. Daddy sucks. My brother. Thank you so much.
Come on, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Amazing.
Boom, 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 boom.